And good evening from a very pleasant and comfortable 81 degrees here in the southernmost region of the Texas Hill Country, Spring Branch, Texas. It's where tonight's action will take place as it's the season finale, regular season finale. We should, make a little more clear for the Smithson Valley Rangers and also the visitors, the Knights from Byron Steele High School in Cibolo, Texas. Good evening. Roland J. Reese with you to bring you the action as we take a look at tonight's pitcher for Smithson Valley, Ariana Capek. Seen her several times throughout the season. She's back to show her pitching prowess again this evening as Steele will lead things off here in just a bit. Both teams coming into play tonight, 5-8 in district. Both teams coming off of losses, as a matter of fact, as they look to get back into the win column to close out this 2022 campaign. Batting order for Steele will be as follows. Leading off and playing second base for the Knights this evening, Eliza Hamilton. Hamilton will lead off and play second. Michaela Madrid will bat second. She'll be at shortstop for Steele. Alyssa Vicente will be in left field. She'll be hitting third in the order. Gabrielle Garcia will be in center field. She'll be batting cleanup for Steele. Janice Corona at third base will be batting fifth in the order. Brianna McGee, the right fielder, will be hitting sixth as we look at Eliza Hamilton stepping in to face Ariana Capek. Here's the first pitch of the ball game. This one taken high for a ball, 1-0 the count. We ended up in the seventh position for Steele in the batting order. That'll be Jaden Parkhurst, who handles the catching duties. Alexandra Salinas will be the designated player. She'll hit eighth. And pitcher Mac Maston will round out the batting order for Steele this evening. She'll be batting ninth. This one over by Capek for a strike. Evens the count at 1-1 strike. Avery Brady will be playing first base for Steele. And she will be the flex player. As Capek sets, here's her next offering. Bunt attempt. This one fouled off for a strike. And the count moves to 1-2. Defensively for Smithson Valley, they play the field this way. Seneca Anthony at first base. Clary Hazy will be at second. Bria Rona will be at shortstop, and Grace Hartman at third base. Tatum Layton, Bianca Shoquist, and Madison Pearson from left to right across the outfield as Hamilton takes this pitch, swings and misses for a strike, and there's one down in the top of the first inning, just underway here on the campus of Smithson Valley High School. Behind the plate, Abby Brand for the Rangers, and on the mound, of course, as we mentioned, Ariana Capek. Now stepping in, Michaela Madrid, the shortstop.
Up to bat for the Knights, number 18.
Madrid steps in, takes the first pitch. That one over for a strike. Pitchers out in front, no balls and one strike. As we mentioned, Steele coming in, same as the Rangers, at 5-8 in district play. Capek's next pitch, this one just a bit high to even the count, 1-1 strike. Steele got started with a win at Edison High School, dropped their next two, then tore off a 4-game winning streak between the 18th of February as they played in the Steele tournament. There's a strike. As that time Madrid takes it swinging. Wins over Piper, Victoria East, Cornerstone, and the Jordanton Squaws in that 4-game period. Next pitch, a swing and a miss. And Capek has struck out the first two batters she has faced.
2 outs in the top of the first.
And that'll bring to the plate left fielder Alyssa Vicente.
Alyssa Vicente.
This past Tuesday, Steele fell to what is basically neighborhood rival there in Converse, the Lady Rockets of Judson, by a final of 20-4. Pitch this one swung on, fouled off for a strike in the count 0-1 to Vicente. Before that, a 2-game, I guess, mini win streak, if you want to put it that way, between over Clements and over South San back on the 12th and the 14th of April, respectively. The set and Kopech's pitch. This one over for a strike. Mariana out in front of the Steele left fielder, 0-2. Here's Kopech looking in. And the pitch. That one just outside for a ball. Count is 1-2 to Alyssa Vicente. The next pitch, this one back to the pitcher. Kopech over to Seneca Anthony, and that'll retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We played a half inning. Our score, Steele nothing, and the Lady Rangers of Smithson Valley coming to bat. You're enjoying Smithson Valley softball right here on the Rangers Network.
Tonight's broadcast on Rangers Network is brought to you by GVTC, Fisher's Neighborhood Market, Ferris Orthodontics, Sage Capital Bank, Wick Productions, HEB, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, Dermatology San Antonio, Summerhill Dental, and Jeremy Fuller State.
It isn't Taco Tuesday without the freshest tortillas. That's why HEB bakes tortillas fresh in store. Your kids won't eat tacos on Tuesday or any day without their favorite toppings. Good thing HEB has it all, including guacamole made fresh in store. It's been a really long week, and it's still only Tuesday. That's why HEB does all the shopping for you, so you can just pick it up with free curbside. No store does more to bring the best to your door. Shop the app or online and pick up curbside free at HEB.
Some of the fans in attendance tonight from both Smithson Valley and Steele to enjoy tonight's softball game under nearly perfect conditions. You couldn't ask for better weather to be outdoors enjoying a softball game. As we head to the bottom of the first inning, and Smithson Valley comes to bat this way. Abby Brand will lead things off. Abby handling the catching duties tonight for Smithson Valley. Bria Rona hits second.
13, Abby Brand.
She'll be at shortstop. Seneca Anthony at first base hits third in the Ranger order this evening. Bianca Showquist will be in center field. She'll be batting cleanup for Smithson Valley. Grace Hartman, the third base, will be batting fifth, Ranger order. Pitcher Ariana Kopech will be batting sixth. Brand steps in, takes the first pitch high for a ball. Madeline Hahn, the designated player, bats seventh in the Smithson Valley order. Clary Hazy will be at second base. She'll be hitting eighth. And Madison Pearson in right field rounds out the batting order this evening for Smithson Valley. This one grabs the outside corner for a strike. Count evens at 1-1 strike to catcher Abby Brand. Tatum Layton, the left fielder, not in the batting order for Smithson Valley this evening. Mac Maston on the mound for Steele. She misses with this one, 2 balls and 1 strike to the batter, Abby Brand. Defensively for Steele, Alyssa Vicente, Gabriela Garcia, and Brianna McGee from left to right across the outfield. This one swung on, fouled off down the third base side. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Janice Corona, Michaela Madrid, Eliza Hamilton, and Avery Brady from third to first across the infield. Jaden Parkhurst handles the catching duties, and as we mentioned, Mac Maston in the pitcher's circle tonight for Steele. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Abby Brand showing bunt, pulls the bat back. This one outside for a ball. Full count now to the Smithson Valley catcher. Comes in batting .403 thus far on the season. Swung on. This one hit to left field. Alyssa Vicente under. Makes the catch, and there's one away. So Abby Brand flies out to left. That'll bring shortstop Bria Rona to the plate.
Up to bat for the Rangers, number 2, Brianna Arona.
Stepping in, left-handed batter. She comes in with a .257 average. 18 hits on the season for Bray. She swings and hits her first offering foul for a strike. So 0-1 the count to Bree. You mentioned .257 average, 9 RBIs on the season for the Smithson Valley shortstop. Count is even now at a ball and a strike. Bree struggled in her last contest, which was a 7-1 loss to East Central this last Tuesday. She swings this time, pops out to the third baseman, Janice Corona. And there are 2 away for Smithson Valley in the bottom of the first inning. Brings to the plate Seneca Anthony. Rangers first baseman. This one, Anthony takes low and outside for a ball. Seneca coming in with a .397 average, 29 hits on this 2022 campaign. This one low and inside as well. Count now 2-0. Last they met, this one swung on, base hit into left field. Seneca adds to that batting average and is standing on second base. Now in scoring position for Smithson Valley with 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning. Bianca Showquist, center fielder, now comes to the plate for Smithson Valley. Bianca, left-handed batter. Takes the first pitch. Lines it just foul down the first base side for a strike, and the count 0-1. To Showquist, .281 batting average coming into play tonight. Matter of fact, she got a hit last Tuesday in the 7-1 loss to East Central. Next pitch outside for a ball. Smithson Valley looking back to get in the win column, and matter of fact, they haven't seen that since 3 weeks ago tonight with a 21-0 win over Wagner. This one just grabs the outside corner for a strike. And Maston now out ahead of Bianca Shoquist, 1-2. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed. And that'll retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base for Smithson Valley. We move to the second with our score, Steele 0, Smithson Valley 0. This is Rangers softball right here on the Rangers Network.
Jeremy! Guys! That's who I'm on the phone with right now. Jeremy Fuller, my family State Farm insurance agent. Jeremy! Did you call your parents yet? Jeremy!
Let's go Rangers!
What you just witnessed is a classic case of Snack-a-Crack-a-Toothus, the surprising moment when enjoying a tasty treat turns into months of restorative dentistry. Lucky for Coach Worstifer, at Summerhill Dental, we offer same-day crowns and, if need be, 3D guided implants to fight Snack-a-Crack-a-Toothus, one Ranger at a time.
There you go, more of the Smithson Valley faithful on hand to enjoy this regular season finale for Rangers softball this evening. They take on the district rival Steele Knights from Cibolo. Steele will send up center fielder Gabrielle Garcia, Janice Corona, third base, and Brianna McGee, who's playing right field, to get things started here in the top of the second inning. Ariana Capex, second inning of work. And Gabrielle steps in, right-handed batter. She looks to show bunt, then pulls the bat back, swinging away, fouling off down the first base side, 0-1. The count to Gabrielle Garcia. Gabby comes in with a .414 batting average. 17 hits on the season. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Homered once, 23 RBIs. She's crossed home plate 31 times in this 2022 campaign for Steele. She looks to show bunt again, pulls the bat back. This one just outside for a ball. Count moves to 1-2. This time another strikeout as Kopech adds to that strikeout total. 3 thus far on the evening. And there's one away here in the top of the second inning. Janice Corona steps in now to bat. Janice, the third baseman, bats .309 coming into play this evening. Right-handed batter. Once again, looking to show bunt, but pulls the bat back, swing, and a miss for a strike. And the count 0-1. 21 hits on the season for Corona, 15 of them singles, 5 doubles, and a homer. Here's the next pitch. Swung on. This one called foul by the home plate umpire. Count is no balls and 2 strikes to the Steele third baseman. Checks in with the umpire. Corona steps back in once again. Showing bunt, pulling away, swinging away, and fouling down the third base side for a strike. Staying alive at 0-2. Kopech looks in. Next pitch, swung on. Corona got just a piece of it to stay alive. Had a rough outing last game in the 20-4 win that Judson picked up over Steele, and last Tuesday. This one outside for a ball. And the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Struck out a couple of times, but here she's battling off Kopech. Getting just enough to keep this at-bat alive. And the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kopech's offering, swung on, fouled off yet another time. At this point, I guess it's a question of who blinks first. Will it be the Steele third baseman or Kopech? But Ariana's been in these type of situations quite a bit thus far this season. Here's the next offering, swung on, grounder past the third baseman, on for a base hit. And Kopech surrenders her first hit of the evening. Janice Corona stands at first base. That'll bring to the plate Brianna McGee, playing right field tonight for Steele, as there is a meeting at the pitcher's circle between the Smithson Valley infield, the outfield, of course, meeting in center field. With 1 down, discussing defensive strategies. As McGee steps in, left-handed batter, batting .419. Here's Kopech's offering. This just outside for a ball. Corona showing Steele, but nothing doing there. 1-0 the count to Brianna McGee. 26 hits on the season, 25 of them. Trips to first base. Throw back to first. Corona's back in as McGee takes a strike. This time tries to lay down a bunt, rolls foul. And the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nine ribbies on the season for Brianna. She's crossed the plate 21 times for Steele. this 2022 campaign. Once again, keeps her at bat alive as she swings, fouls the ball out third base side. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. This one swung on. Liner, this one handled by Sjoquist. As the ball barely reaches out to center field, and there are 2 away.
2 outs in the top of the second. Up to bat for the Knights, number 12, Blondie J-Dog Parkhurst.
Jaden Parkhurst, the catcher, now coming to bat for Steele. Interesting thing that's happening here this evening, the Steele head coach Uribe sent up the batting order. And as this one's inside for a ball, throw down to first. This one dropped by Anthony. Count is 1 ball and no strikes. So Coach Uribe sends up the batting order. And there's all these nicknames going down. I'll share those with you here in just a little bit. All these nicknames for the Steel Knight players, and there's some interesting ones on there. And it's like, is this real? Is this real? So our esteemed PA man up here in the booth with me this evening said, no, I got to go ask the coach about this. And sure enough, just something fun she wanted to do for her players as we wrap up the 2022 campaign. This one a swing and a miss to Parkhurst for a strike. And Parkhurst steps back in. Runner at first, 2 down. Kopech's offering, this one fouled off. And the count now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2-2 is the count. Parkhurst asks for time. As a matter of fact, we look at the nickname Coach Uribe sent up for Parkhurst, and it is Blondie J-Dog Parkhurst. Quick throw down to first by Brand, and Corona back. Count runs full to the Steele catcher. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Swung on. This one falls into right field for a base hit. Corona across to third. And Parkhurst stands on second base with a double. So Steele trying to get something started here with 2 outs in the top of the first inning. Runners on second and third. Is once again a gathering at the pitcher circle. But you got to know this was all.
Runner in for the Knights, number 10, Mouse Ramirez.
Check this down here as a courtesy runner is on at first base, Sarah Ramirez. Or correction, that'll be a courtesy runner at second in Sarah Ramirez. As Alexandria Salinas steps in. Right-handed batter, swung on, fouled off down the first base side for a strike. And the count is 0-1. Alex Salinas comes in batting .125 on the season. A pair of hits, both of them singles. This one over for a strike. And Kopech about to pitch herself out of a jam now. 0-2 with 2 down. Or correction, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kopech looks in, delivers. This one just inside for a ball. And now the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runners at second and third, 2 down. This one swung on, fouled off. And Alex remains alive with a 1-2 count. Pitcher Mac Maston on deck. Should Ramirez get on. Here's the pitch. Inside. Count's now evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. For Salinas, correction. Here's the next pitch. This one high, full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. To the Steele designated player. 4 RBIs on the season. He's come across to score 3 times for Steele. Set Kopech's pitch, fouled off. First base side to keep her at bat alive. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the set. Kopech's offering. This one swung on and missed. Kopech gets out of a jam and the side's retired. So no runs on 2 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. We move to the bottom of the second. Our score, Steele nothing and Smithson Valley nothing. Back with more in a moment right here on the Ranger Network.
What brings you here to? Whoa. Well, I heard my wife talking to her friends that y'all work miracles, so I thought maybe you could do something with this.
We absolutely help women, children, and men, but I'm gonna have to call in the reinforcements.
Dermatology San Antonio can do this for me. Just think what they can do for you.
Back with you now. Wait a minute. I think I left my car out of the garage. Checking that. And if you viewers believe that, I've got a piece of land in Arizona I can sell you as well. Beautiful shot of the big house on the hill here as we overlooks the softball field here at Smithson Valley. That house lives in lore here in Spring Branch. Third baseman Grace Hartman will lead things off here for Smithson Valley. Ariana Kopech, the pitcher, will be batting second. Madeline Hahn, the designated player, will be batting third in this half inning. Here's the pitch. This one just outside for a ball. To third baseman Grace Hartman. Grace comes in to play tonight batting .200. The next pitch, this one swung on. Popped just out of play, or well out of play, I guess we should say, on the third base side. 1 ball and 1 strike. Grace with a pair of doubles with a pair of singles, a double, and a home run on this 2022 season. This one outside for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike to the Smithson Valley third baseman. had her struggles this past Tuesday against East Central. She struck out a couple of times. Looking to correct that this evening as she's out in front of Maston. 3 balls and 1 strike. Once again, Kopech waits on deck. Maston's offering this one inside. And Hartman on with a base on balls.
Now up to bat for the Rangers, number 19, Ariana Kopech.
You get things started here in the bottom of the second inning for Smithson Valley. Ariana Kopech now to the plate for Smithson Valley. We're mentioning performance on this past Tuesday. Ariana got a hit. This one outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. She did get a hit, was responsible for the RBI, the Lone Rangers run. She hit in Seneca Anthony. Here's the next pitch. Swung on and missed for a strike. 1-1 the count to the Smithson Valley pitcher. Kopech with a .219 batting average. 14 hits on the season, 11 singles, a pair of doubles, and a home run. This pitch outside. Count now 2 balls and 1 strike. Ariana 8 RBIs. And she's crossed the plate 4 times. Here's the pitch. Attempts to lay down a bunt. And they're calling this a foul. So the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kopech steps back in. Next pitch, this one high and away for a ball. Full count now to Ariana Kopech. I mentioned, well, I guess it was 17 days ago when we actually covered Smithson Valley. They were playing New Braunfels that night. And I mentioned and tipped the cap to whoever the moderator is that keeps up on their Facebook page as Kopech grounds to second. On to first, Kopech's going to beat out the throw. And the force at second goes through.
Now up to bat for the Rangers.
5-4.
Madeline Hall.
So whoever the moderator or the administrator is on the Smithson Valley Softball Facebook page, kudos to you. You're doing a great job. And I've certainly enjoyed reading and getting to know a little bit about the players, as you can too if you hit Facebook and go look for that page. And we'll certainly share some of those insights and hopefully let you get to know the players a little bit better. As the designated player, Madeline Hahn, left-handed batter, steps in for Smithson Valley. Pinch runner at first. This one grounded right back to the pitcher. Shortstop up, but not in time. As Hahn beats that throw out. And there's runners at first and second with 1 out in the bottom of the second inning for Smithson Valley. Clary Hazy now, Smithson Valley's second baseman, will step in. Clary with a .267 batting average. Left-handed batter steps in. With runners at first and second. This one, little blooper over the head of the shortstop. The left fielder misses it. And Smithson Valley's going to get a point on the board as one run comes across to score. And Smithson Valley now leads 1-0.
At bat for the Rangers now will be number 16, Madison Pearson.
So an RBI single by Hazy scores a run. Smithson Valley out in front with one out, and the score is 1-0. Madison Pearson steps in. Actually, that was Brown who was in pinch running for Capek, who got the hit. And Pearson, left-handed batter, steps in. Here's the pitch. This one outside for a ball. Once again, runners at first and second with one down for Smithson Valley. Pearson batting .242 as of tonight. Pitch low and away for a ball. 2-0 the count to Madison. 8 hits, all of them singles. 3 RBIs. And Pearson's come across base 8 times this season. As she swings on this one, it's popped up. Liza Hamilton comes over to make the catch from second base, and that'll retire Pearson. So there's 2 down now in the bottom of the second inning.
2 outs in the bottom of the second. The Ranger batter
Still with 2
14,
on, and that'll bring us back to the top of the batting order for Smithson Valley catcher Abby Brand. Abby flew out to left field. Her first at bat this evening. Here's the pitch. Swung on, foul, third base side. For a strike, Abby Sue Brand, as you'll see her name on that Smithson Valley softball Facebook page. Favorite subject is math here at Smithson Valley, and maybe anywhere else as well. Abby says her favorite quote is, "Pray more, worry less." That taken from the book of Matthew. Count even out, 1 ball and 1 strike. Abby's committed to play softball at Angelo State University. Made all-district first-team infield last season. This one over for a strike. 1-2 the count now to Abby Brand. Does quite well in the classroom as well. An academic all-district team last season for Abby. She's showing bunt. This one just outside. Count evens, 2 balls and 2 strikes. She was responsible for a hit this past Tuesday against East Central. Walked once, struck out once. Here's the pitch, swung on. This one hit high. Hit far, too, across that 215 mark in left field, but just foul. Plenty of power behind that one. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. That was a high drive to left. As we mentioned, 215 to the corners here at Smithson Valley softball field. Maston set. This one swung on and missed to retire the side. So a run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. We played 2 complete. Our score, Smithson Valley 1, Steele nothing. We'll be back for 3rd inning play in just a moment right here on the Ranger Network.
Tonight's broadcast on Rangers Network is brought to you by GVTC, Fisher's Neighborhood Market, Ferris Orthodontics, Sage Capital Bank, Wick Productions, HEB, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, Dermatology San Antonio, Summerhill Dental, and Jeremy Fuller State.
It isn't Taco Tuesday without the freshest tortillas. That's why HEB bakes tortillas fresh in store. Your kids won't eat tacos on Tuesday or any day without their favorite toppings. Good thing HEB has it all, including guacamole made fresh in store. It's been a really long week, and it's still only Tuesday. That's why HEB does all the shopping for you, so you can just pick it up with free curbside. No store does more to bring the best to your door. Shop the app or online and pick up curbside free at HEB.
Back with you now to play here on the campus of Smithson Valley High School. Hey, by the way, if you haven't subscribed yet on our YouTube channel, you need to go there. Look for the Rangers Network, just like that graphic you see right there, and subscribe. Click that bell. We'll send you notifications on when Ranger Athletics will be televised, or I guess better yet, streamed here on the Rangers Network, here on the YouTube channel. Keep up to date with Ranger sports all school year long.
Top of the 3rd inning, the Rangers holding on to a 1-0 lead. At bat for the Steele Knights will be number 8.
Well, we play in the top of the 3rd inning. Maston, the pitcher, in the top of the order with Eliza Hamilton and shortstop Michaela Madrid here in the top of the 3rd inning. Smithson Valley gets a run last half inning to take a 1-0 lead. We come to play here in the top of the 3rd inning. Here's the pitch. This one swung on. Hazy gathers the ball up. 1 pitch, 1 out as she throws it on to Anthony for the out. And that'll bring up the top of the order for Steele, Eliza Hamilton.
Steele Knights, number 11, Avery Brady.
So Hamilton struck out. Lead things off back in the top of the 1st.
That's actually number 13.
This one outside for a ball. So the count 1-0 to Eliza Hamilton. Here's Kopech set and the pitch. This one just misses as well. And the count is 2 balls and no strikes. Hamilton, the first of 4 strikeout victims for Ariana Kopech. This one low. The count 3-0 now to the Steele second baseman. Kopech looks in. Here's the pitch. This one over for a strike. And the count now 3-1. Next pitch swung on, and Eliza just got a piece of that. The count now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Eliza comes in batting .398. Well, coming into play tonight, that is. 33 hits on the season, 25 RBIs. She fouls this one off. Well rounded around the bases, hit-wise, 24 singles, 4 doubles, and 5 triples. Next pitch, this one swung on, and Eliza just gets a piece of it as well. Four strikeouts on the season for Eliza Hamilton. She's walked 7 times. Very patient batter. Here's the next pitch. This one swung on, popped up. Right over in the direction of Grace Hartman. And the home plate umpire's calling it foul. Close call there, just outside the line there at third base, and Grace couldn't quite bring it in. Full count to Eliza Hamilton. Quebec looks in. Here's a pitch. This one over second base for a base hit. Into the shallow part of center field.
Number 18.
And Steele has a runner on now with 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning. And Michaela Madrid, the shortstop, now up to bat. Left-handed batter. She struck out as well back in the 1st inning at her first at bat. Michaela, .373 coming into play tonight. 67 hits on the season. The pitch, this one out. They're saying it grabbed the outside corner, and the count is no balls and 1 strike to Michaela. 25 hits on the season, 10 of them singles, 9 doubles, 2 triples, and 4 home runs. 25 RBIs for Michaela. Does well batting. Throw down to second as Short tries to come over. Briarona to take Abby Brand's throw. This one low, and Eliza Hamilton steals second. So now runner in scoring position with 1 down here in the top of the 3rd. 1 ball, 1 strike to Michaela Madrid. Here's Capek's pitch. This one just outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. We've seen Ariana pitch herself out of a tough situation already this evening. These sort of situations, certainly nothing new to Quebec. Here's her offering. Swung on and missed. The count now evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Quebec looks in. Here's the pitch. This one swung on, and Michaela Madrid goes down on strikes for the 2nd time this evening. That's 5 for Ariana Quebec.
2 outs now.
2 outs.
Up to bat for the Knights will be number 5, Little Dill Vicente.
And Alyssa Vicente steps in. Alyssa grounded out to Quebec back in the 1st inning. Runner at second with 2 down. This one across for a strike. Alyssa, .314 batting average coming into play tonight. 22 hits on the season. 18 singles, 3 doubles, and a homer. And they've got Hamilton picked off, but she steals third. Good speed there on the base pads by Eliza Hamilton. And she gets her second stolen base. It looked like they had her picked off at second. Now Coach Uribe calling for a meeting with her players as Hamilton heads back to third base. Meeting at the pitcher circle once again for Smithson Valley with 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. And a 1-1 count to the batter, Alyssa Vicente. 20 RBIs on the season. She scored 17 times. Walked 10 times and struck out 3. We have a lot to do with that .314 batting average. So 1-1 the count to the Steele left fielder. Here's the pitch, swung on, fouled off. And the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Steele has the tying run at third base. 2 outs, 1-2 the count to the batter, Vicente. The pitch, this one outside for a ball. Count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tuesday's game against Johnson. Vicente had a couple of at-bats, got a hit and scored a run. Here's the pitch. Swung on, this one lined in the left field for a base hit just in front of the left fielder, Layton. And Vicente on at second base, and we're tied at 1.
Tie game now 1-1 as the night runner scored. Up to bat now for the Knights.
Little pop that time that fell right in front of left fielder Tatum Layton. Put Steele on the board here in the top of the 3rd inning. Vicente on at second now with 2 outs, and the batter is Gabrielle Garcia. Gabrielle struck out to lead things off in the 2nd inning. This one low for a ball. Gabby, 29 hits on the season. Here's the pitch. This one high for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Gabby with 17 singles, 3 triples, 17 singles, 3 doubles, 8 triples, and a homer. 23 RBIs as she lines this one to Seneca Anthony. Snags it out of the air to make the catch, and the side is retired. But not before Steele gets on the board. 1 run on a pair of hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. After 2.5, our score, Steele 1, Smithson Valley 1. We'll be back with more in a moment right here on the Ranger Network.
Hey, how good is the new premium Wi-Fi when you have GVTC high-speed internet service?
Well, All devices connected to the network. There's no interference. It's good. Illegal hackers blocked with premium Wi-Fi. So, it's good. GVTC, added mesh points for increasing coverage. It's good.
It's good.
Back with you now on the campus of Smithson Valley High School, head coach Amanda Wolf-Schramm. 19 years in coaching, 3 years as the head coach here at Smithson Valley. Seeing her Rangers right now in a district battle with Steele, and everybody tied up at 1 as we head to play here in the bottom of the third inning.
Leading off for the Rangers in the bottom of the third will be number 2, Brianna Arona.
Bria Arona, the shortstop, will be followed by Seneca Anthony and Bianca Shoquist here in the bottom of the third. Smithson Valley scored in the bottom of the second inning. Steele had an answer in the top of the third. See what that Ranger offense has in them here in the bottom of the second inning, as we're certainly seeing some good spirited cheering from the Smithson Valley dugout. Here's the first pitch. This one high for a ball to Arona. She flew out to third base her first time up. Had an opportunity to work with softball through the years, mainly at the collegiate level. Next pitch. This one outside for a ball. 2-0 the count to Bree. And a lot of the players let me know, they say, you think that sports are very superstitious and in these different sports that you cover, you haven't seen anything like the superstition with softball. This one swung on, fouled off for a strike, 2 balls and 1 strike, and I've noticed a lot of truth in that. Also a lot of spirit in softball, be it at the collegiate or at the high school level. Just a kind of sorority, I guess you can say, that's unmatched in the sports world. Here's the next pitch. Swung on. This one a base hit over second base. And Bree is on with a single to get things started here in the bottom of the third inning.
It's a single and will now bring up to bat for the Rangers number 14, Seneca Anthony.
Seneca Anthony now makes her way to the plate. Seneca with a double back in the first inning. Seneca, right-handed batter, steps in with a runner at first. Nobody out. Rips this one into left field for a base hit. Around second on to third goes Bria Arona. She'll be coming to the plate. Throw to the plate, and they got her. Good relay and throw in to get the lead runner, Arona. As Seneca Anthony gets her second double of the night.
After the double by Seneca Anthony, next up to bat for the Rangers will be number 6, Bianca Shoquist.
Bianca Shoquist will step in now with 1 out. Seneca Anthony on at second. Bianca struck out back in the first inning. Maston's offering this one outside for a ball. 1-0 the count with 1 out. So we harken back to the media spotlight page that you find on the Smithson Valley Softball Facebook page. This one swung on, lifted into left field. Under it to make the catch, Alyssa Vicente for the second out.
2 outs now in the bottom of the third. And that's Ranger batter
I could briefly share with you that
Grace Hartman.
Bianca's favorite saying is there may be people that have more talent than you, but there is no excuse for anyone to work harder than you. Great philosophy. She gave that ball a ride. 2 outs now as Grace Hartman steps in for Smithson Valley. Runner at second. This one high for a ball. 1-0 the count. Grace Hartman says her favorite subject is science. She lists this one. First base, Avery Brady under it. Just gets away from her. And Grace's at-bat stays alive now with 1 ball and 1 strike. When asked what Smithson Valley softball means to Grace, she said it means to carry on a legacy. Steps back in, awaiting Maston's pitch. Grounds this one to second base. Liza Hamilton onto Avery Brady, and that'll retire the side. So no runs on a pair of hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. After 3, our score is Steele 1, Smithson Valley 1. We'll be back for the top of the 4th in just a moment here on the Ranger Network.
Jeremy! Guys! That's who I'm on the phone with right now. Jeremy Fuller, my family State Farm insurance agent. Jeremy! Did you call your parents yet? Jeremy!
Let's go Rangers!
What you just witnessed is a classic case of snack-a-crack-a-toothus. The surprising moment when enjoying a tasty treat turns into months of restorative dentistry. Lucky for Coach Worstifer, at Summerhill Dental, we offer same-day crowns and, if need be, 3D guided implants to fight snack-a-crack-a-toothus, 1 Ranger at a time.
Back with you now to Smithson Valley Stadium, actually just outside where these young football players are throwing the ball around, throwing around the old pigskin, getting ready for their debut right there at Ranger Stadium. And I tell you, August will be here before we know it. The Rangers will be taken to the gridiron once again. We had to play in the top of the 4th inning. For Steele, Janice Corona, Brianna McGee, Jaden Parkhurst will come to bat. Rangers get a run to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Steele answers in the top of the 3rd, and that's where we are right now, tied at 1. First pitch, a swing and a miss by Janice Corona for a strike. Janice singled back in the 2nd inning, was stranded at 3rd. Beck's next pitch swung on and missed for a strike. Count now 0-2. As Kopech now out in front of the Steele 3rd baseman. Here's the pitch, swung on. This one base hit into right field. Janice Corona now 2 for 2 tonight with a pair of singles.
Next at bat to the ninth will be number 2, Breezy Bree McGee.
Brianna McGee now steps in. The right fielder flew out to center field her first at bat back in the 2nd inning. Runner at first, nobody out as we play in the top of the fourth. Kopech's pitch. This one swung on, fouled off for a strike. Count is 0-1. Bree with a .419 batting average. 26 hits on the season, 25 of them singles. This one inside for a ball, 1-1 the count. To the Steele right fielder. 9 RBIs for Rihanna this season. This one swung on, popped up. Handled by Briarona, the shortstop. And there's one away.
One out now in the top of the fourth.
So if you're scoring in your scorebook at home, you score that one in F6, and that'll bring up Jaden Parkhurst, the catcher. Jaden ripped a double back in the second inning. It sent Janice Corona to third. She awaits Kopech's offering. This one low, throw to first, and the runner Corona is back. And the count now 0-1. .292 batting average for Jaden Parkhurst. He's had a successful season at the plate. 19 hits, 15 of them singles. 4 doubles and 7 RBIs on the season. Here's the pitch. This one swung on. Liner to first. Double play. Good heads-up play by Seneca Anthony to pull the double play. And Smithson Valley is out of the inning. So no runs on a hit, no errors, nobody left on base after 3.5. Our score, Steele 1, Smithson Valley 1. Back with the bottom of the fourth in just a moment here on the Rangers Network.
Hey, how good is the new premium Wi-Fi when you have GVTC high-speed internet service?
Well, all devices connected to the network. There's no interference. It's good. Illegal hackers blocked with premium Wi-Fi. So, it's good. GVTC added mesh points for increasing coverage. It's good.
It's good.
Back with you now at Smithson Valley softball field. There's Seneca Anthony. Just turned a highlight double play for the Rangers. Presence of mind after the catch to step on first to double up the runner. Got the Rangers out of the inning in the top of the fourth. Seneca was an all-district first-team pitcher last season. An academic all-district team member as well last season. Ariana Kopech, Madeline Hahn, and Clary Hazy will bat here in the bottom of the fourth inning for Smithson Valley as they try to break this 1-all tie here on this evening of final regular season home contest of 2022. Ariana, right-handed batter, steps in. This one inside for a ball. Ariana got a single back in the second. scored on Madeline Hahn's double. Here's the pitch, swung on. This one fouled off. Count now 1-1 to Kopech. Maston set the pitch. This one swung on. Grounder just passes shortstop Madrid for a base hit. And Ariana 2 for 2 tonight as she picks up her second single of the evening. The designated player Madeline Hahn now steps in. Brown comes in. Audrey Brown at first. Matter of fact, she'll be pinch running for Kopech. Actually, if you want to be technical, it was Audrey Brown who scored, came across to score, as she was the pinch runner for Kopech back in the second inning. Swing and a miss for the left-handed Madeline Hahn. And the count now 0-1. As we mentioned, she singled, advanced to second on a Clary Hazy single back in the second inning. Maston's next pitch outside for a ball. 1 strike to Madeline Hahn. The pitch swung on and missed by Hahn. And now Maston out in front of the batter. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Madeline says her favorite subject is algebra. It's the next pitch. This one swung on and missed. So Hahn strikes out.
1 out now.
Brown steals second.
Number 11, Clary Hazy.
And Clary Hazy comes up to bat right now. So runner at second with 1 out. And Hazy steps in. She singled back in the second inning. Here's the pitch. This one outside for a ball. Clary says her favorite school subject is algebra. And I love this for those of us who have been through a little thing called failure. This one outside. Her favorite quote says, "Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of success." Miss Hazy, I stand in agreement with you on that one. 2-0 the count. 1 down. Brown at second. It swung on. This grounder gets past first base Brady. And Clary Hazy now 2 for 2 this evening with a pair of singles.
Base hit for Clary Hazy, advances the runner from second to third.
Audrey Brown now at third base. Hazy at first.
Major batter number 16, Madison Pearson, comes to the plate.
And Madison Pearson will step in. Madison flew out to second base back in the second inning. Go-ahead run stands at third base now with 1 out. Great situation for Madison. She takes this one outside for a ball. The count, count 1-0 to Madison Pearson. 8 hits on the season, all of them singles. 3 RBIs, she'd like to make that 4. Maston looks in, sets, here's her pitch. This one outside for a ball. And the count now 2-0. Only 1 down. Long fly ball scores the go-ahead run. Maston looks in. Here's the pitch. That one over for a strike. Stolen base, double steal on, and the Rangers go ahead. Heads up, double steal by Smithson Valley to retake the lead at 2-1. I was just about to mention that. So now we've still got a runner in scoring position at second base with one down. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Grounder. Back to the first base, Brady, who steps on the bag, and they're two away.
2 outs now in the bottom of the fourth.
So he's scoring that one 3 unassisted.
For the Rangers will be number 13.
Clary Hazy now at third base. And that brings us back to the top of the Smithson Valley batting order for Abby Brand. Abby flew out to left field back in the first. Strikeout victim in the second. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Ripped into center field for a base hit. Hazy comes around to score. Abby Brand on now with a single. And Smithson Valley with a 2-run lead as they lead this one 3-1.
At bat for the Rangers will be number 2, Brianna Arona.
Brianna Arona now will step in. Bree 1 for 2 this evening as she singled back in the second inning. Flew out to third base back in the first, but she crossed third heading to the plate. She was thrown out at the plate back in the second. Two outs, 2 runs in here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And the Rangers now on top 3-1. Bree steps in. Here's the pitch. This one just high for a ball. 1-0 the count. As we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, both teams 5-8 in district. You'd certainly like to close out the regular season campaign with a W. Here's the set, the pitch. This one low for a ball. On to second with a stolen base now is Abby Brand. So once again, Smithson Valley with a runner at second now, 2 outs, and a 2-0 count to Brianna Arona. We talked about this young lady right at the beginning of the bottom of the fourth inning. Seneca Anthony standing by on deck. Should Bree get on base? 2-0 the count. Maston works. This one misses. And Brianna out in front of the pitcher now. 3 balls and no strikes. Bree shows bunt, pulls back. This one just grabs the inside corner for a strike. And the count now 3-1. Brianna Arona, of course, an academic all-district team member last season. She steps in. Says that Smithson Valley softball to her is a game of friendship, dedication, teamwork, hard work, and going all out. She lifts this one into center field. However, the left fielder, Alyssa Vicente, comes over. makes the catch to retire the side. So 2 runs for Smithson Valley on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on base. We've played 4. Our score, Smithson Valley 3, Steele 1. Back with the top of the 5th inning in just a moment right here.
Hey, how good is the new premium Wi-Fi when you have GVTC high-speed internet service?
Well, all devices connected to the network. There's no interference. It's good. Illegal hackers blocked with premium Wi-Fi. So, it's good. GVTC added mesh points for increasing coverage. It's good.
It's good.
Back with you now at Smithson Valley softball field here on the campus of Smithson Valley High School in Spring Branch, Texas. The coaching staff, Amanda Wolfstram, the rest of the coaching staff there for Smithson Valley, enjoying this 3-1 lead as we head into the 5th inning. Yeah, something failed to mention, wind playing I don't know if it's playing so much a factor tonight, but it certainly is an element to deal with. As these ladies playing into a stout wind out here in Spring Branch. Held there by the American flag and the Smithson Valley flag. Looking at the forecast beforehand, they said that winds could get up as high as 28 miles an hour.
5th inning now. Rangers have a 3-1 lead. At bat for the Knights will be number 1.
So Alexandria Salinas, Mac Maston, and the top of the order, Eliza Hamilton, come to bat here in the top of the 5th for Steele. The designated player, Salinas, steps in to lead things off. She was a strikeout victim back in the 2nd inning. Ariana Kopech begins her next half inning of work. Here's a grounder to short. This throw is high. And Salinas will be on with a single.
Next at bat for the Knights will be number 8, Big Matt Mass.
Briarona's throw to first just a bit high for Seneca Anthony. Steele has a runner on with nobody out here in the top of the 5th inning as Mac Maston steps up to bat. Kopech's pitch. Lays a bunt down. Hartman's throw on to first. They're saying is late. And Maston is on. So pair of back-to-back hits for Steele.
Up to bat for Steele will be number 13, George.
Eliza Hamilton, the second baseman for Steele, now steps in. Discussion going on. They're reversing the call and saying Mac Maston is out after an umpires meeting. So we score that a 5-3. Salinas on at second with 1 down. And Eliza Hamilton stepping in. As we mentioned, Coach Uribe wanting these players to go by nicknames this evening, and Eliza is affectionately nicknamed George. I know a George Hamilton. Fine drummer, that man. Here's the first pitch. Swung on. This one lined into center field over Shoquist's head. Rounding third and on to score is Salinas. And Eliza Hamilton now stands on third with a triple. Huge hit by the Steele second baseman.
Next up to bat for the ninth will be Pan State.
The lead is now cut to 1 with only 1 out. The tying run stands on third base, and Michaela Madrid is the batter. That one just out of the reach of center fielder Bianca Shoquist. And brings a run across. Michaela steps in, left-handed batter, first pitch. This one low and away for a ball. Michaela Madrid, a strikeout victim back in the first and in the third inning. Both times going down swinging. 0 for 2 on the evening. Here's the next pitch. This one, wild pitch, and we are tied at Smithson Valley. Eliza Hamilton scoring on the wild pitch. Amanda Wolf-Schramm now onto the pitcher circle to have a word with her pitcher, her catcher, and the infield. So it's been back and forth here tonight. Every time Smithson Valley would put runs on the board, it seems as though Steele would have an answer. Such is the case now, as we are tied at 3. Alyssa Vicente will wait on deck right now, having a word with Coach Uribe and the Steele coaching staff. About halfway between third base and home. Meeting with Coach Wolf-Schramm and the Smithson Valley battery and infield now over. 2-0 the count to the batter, Michaela Madrid, as she steps back in. Nobody on, 2 runs across here in the top of the 5th for Steele. Madrid turns on this one, fouls it off. Third base side. The count now 2-1. McKellick came into play tonight batting .373. Might have taken a hit with those 2 strikeouts. Swung on and missed. Count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 25 hits on the season for Michaela, 10 of them singles. She's got 4 home runs and 25 RBIs. Kopak set and her delivery. This one swung on, fouled off once again. Madrid's at bat remains alive at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Madrid steps back in. Kopech's pitch. This one swung on, fouled off once again. So an Alexandra Salinas single. And an Eliza Hamilton triple. Followed by a wild pitch. It's what scored the 2 runs in this half inning. Not at our score, back up at 3. This one swung on. Third base, Grace Hartman gets under it, makes the catch for the out, and there are 2 down.
2 outs now in the top of the 3rd. At bat for the
Alyssa
Knights,
Vicente now will come
Bill Vicente.
step in to bat. The left fielder grounded out to the pitcher back in the first inning. Got a double back in the 3rd. Steps in, here's the pitch, outside for a ball. And the count is 0-1. 20 RBIs for Alyssa Vicente. Here's the pitch, outside, ball 2. Two balls and no strikes. Here's the pitch. This one over for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ariana Capek now in her 5th inning of work. This one swung on. The catcher giving chase. Just out of Abby Brand's reach, or just couldn't come up with it. That's a foul ball. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2, 2 outs. Here's Capek's next pitch. This one swung on. Lifted into foul territory. Down the 3rd baseline. And the count remains 2-2. So 5 strikeouts for Capek thus far this evening. Swung on this one to the shortstop, Briarona. Right under it, makes the catch to retire the side. But not before Steele answers with 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors, nobody left on base. After 4.5, it's Steele 3, Smithson Valley 3. Back with more in a moment here on the Rangers Network.
Tonight's broadcast on Rangers Network is brought to you by GVTC, Fisher's Neighborhood Market, Ferris Orthodontics, Sage Capital Bank, Wick Productions, HEB, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, Dermatology San Antonio, Summerhill Dental, and Jeremy Fuller State.
It isn't Taco Tuesday without the freshest tortillas. That's why HEB bakes tortillas fresh in store. Your kids won't eat tacos on Tuesday or any day without their favorite toppings. Good thing HEB has it all, including guacamole made fresh in store. It's been a really long week, and it's still only Tuesday. That's why HEB does all the shopping for you, so you can just pick it up with free curbside. No store does more to bring the best to your door. Shop the app or online and pick up curbside free at HEB.
Back at Smithson Valley softball field, you see a look there at Coach Randall. Having a word with Bianca Shoquist, who'll be second up in this order. There's Coach Randall now. Making her way to first. Seneca Anthony is going to lead off to start this half inning, followed by Bianca Shoquist. And Grace Hartman bats third. Stepping in, Seneca Anthony takes the first pitch outside for a ball. As Mac Maston starts her fifth inning of work. Here's the pitch outside as well. 2 balls and no strikes to Seneca Anthony. Pair of doubles on the night and a spectacular double play. She turned that back in the bottom of the fourth. And right now she's out ahead of Maston. 3 balls and no strikes. Seneca 397 batting average as she watched this one sail outside for a ball.
Next up to bat for the Rangers.
Seneca Anthony now on at first base. Bianca Shoquist now comes to the plate as Steele having a meeting of the battery in the infield at the pitcher's circle. Play comes to a brief halt. As you see Coach Randall, Coach Wolf Schramm there, having words with Seneca Anthony. Also over there, Grace Hartman, Bianca Shoquist. Little offensive strategy. 1, 2, 3 team, and we're back at it. So Anthony on at first, nobody out. Bianca Shoquist, and we've been meaning to get to Bianca Shoquist's media spotlight that you'll find on the Smithson Valley softball page there on Facebook. Pitch high for a ball, 1-0 the count. Her favorite subject in school, ASL, American Sign Language. We mentioned her favorite quote a little bit earlier. As we wait Maston's pitch, this one swung on, lifted into right field. Right fielder McGee drifting back and makes the catch for the out. Shoquist gave that one a ride.
1 out now in the bottom of the fifth. At bat for the Rangers.
But Brianna McGee under it to make the catch, and there's 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Brings Grace Hartman to the plate. Grace 0 for 1 on the night. She reached on a base on balls back in the second. And grounded out to second back in the third. And takes this pitch away for a ball. Here's Maston's pitch. Hartman watches this one, throw to first. And Anthony back. 2 balls and no strikes. Grace says her favorite quote is, "The battles that count aren't the ones for gold medals, the struggles within yourself. The invisible battles inside all of us. That's where it's at." Words of the great Jesse Owens. She's out in front of the pitcher, Mac Maston, right now. 3 balls and no strikes. Here's the pitch. This one over for a strike. And the count now 3-1. Seneca Anthony on at first. She walked. 1 out, and we're tied at 3 as we play here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one popped up and out of play for a strike. Full count now for Grace Hartman. Ariana Capek waits on deck. Here's the pitch. That one high. Grace Hartman with her second walk of the evening. So runners now at first and second with one out. And Ariana Capek now steps into bat. Ariana, good night at the plate. 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. Ariana has also scored twice in tonight's game. Here's the pitch. This one outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Anthony at second, Hartman at first, one down. Here's the set, the pitch swung on. This one a grounder to third, on to second for one, to first, and Capek is safe at first. So Janice Corona to Hamilton to get the lead runner, Hartman. Seneca Anthony is at third base. Capek reaches on a fielder's choice. And that brings up Madeline Hahn. Hahn stands in, left-handed batter. This one way outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Madeline singled back in the second inning. Struck out in the fourth. The pitch swung on. Fly to second. Hamilton makes the stop and on to Brady to retire the side. So for Smithson Valley in the bottom of the fifth inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and a pair of runners left on base. We head to the top of the sixth inning. It's getting late. Our score is Steele 3, Smithson Valley 3. Back with more in a moment on the Ranger Network.
Jeremy! Guys! That's who I'm on the phone with right now. Jeremy Fuller, my family State Farm insurance agent. Jeremy! Did you call your parents yet? Jeremy!
Let's go Rangers!
What you just witnessed is a classic case of snack-a-crack-a-toothus. The surprising moment when enjoying a tasty treat turns into months of restorative dentistry. Lucky for Coach Worstifer, at Summerhill Dental, we offer same-day crowns and, if need be, 3D guided implants to fight snack-a-crack-a-toothus, one Ranger at a time.
Gibby Garcia.
Yeah, Brian Sentler, head trainer right there in the middle. BZ enjoying tonight's contest. It's a great night to be outdoors. It really is. It's 3-3 though. Steele and Smithson Valley all knotted up here in the top of the sixth inning. Gabrielle Garcia, Janice Corona, and Brianna McGee set to bat this half inning. Gabrielle steps in. Here's the pitch. This one swung on, fouled off for a strike, and it's strike one. Gabrielle struck out in the second inning and flew out to Seneca Anthony. That in the third. 0-1 the count. As Ariana Capek begins her sixth inning of work, this one just over for a strike, and the count is 0-2. As we mentioned, 5 strikeouts thus far on the night for Capek. Here's the pitch. This one high for a ball, 1-2 the count. Gabby, 23 RBIs on the season. She's come across the plate for Steele 31 times as she shows bunt. Pulls the bat back, swung on, fouled off for a strike. Keep her at bat going at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Smithson Valley got on the board first in the bottom of the second inning. Steele had an answer in the top of the third. Here's the pitch, swung on and fouled off once again. Garcia remains alive with 1 ball and 2 strikes. Smithson Valley scored 2 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Steele came back to answer with 2 in the top of the 5th. The pitch swung on, fouled out of play. Count remains 1-2. And for 2 teams with almost identical records, both overall and district-wise, I guess it's only fitting that we should wrap up the 2022 campaign and go down to the wire to get us a W. Time is called. Janice Corona waits on deck. Garcia steps in. The pitch, this one outside for a ball. Count evens, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, swung on. That's 6 strikeouts for Capek. As she gets Gabrielle Garcia swinging for the first out of the 6th inning.
1 out in the top of the 5th. At bat for the Knights, number 3, Janice Corona.
That'll bring up Janice Corona. Janice, a good night at the plate with a pair of singles. It's 2 for 2 thus far on the evening. Stranded at third, back in the second. Here's the pitch. This one high for a ball. 1-0 the count. Capek's offering. This one low. Running the count to 2 balls and no strikes. Corona 18 ribbies on the season. She scored 13 times. Swung on. This one popped up. The catcher, Abby Brand, camps under it, makes the catch for the second out of the inning.
2 outs now in the top of the 6th. At bat for the Knights, number 2.
That'll bring up Brianna McGee. Bree 0 for 2 on the evening. Flew out to center. Back in the second. Flew out to short in the fourth. Quebec, as we mentioned, 6 strikeouts on the night. Here's her first pitch. High for a ball. 1-0 the count. Quebec. Ball thrown out of the reach of first base Anthony, and on to second will go Brianna McGee. Hartman fielded the ball, but just threw it out of the reach of the first baseman Seneca Anthony.
Runner on second, 2 outs now. Batter for the Knights, number 12, Blondie Jacob Parkhurst.
Jaden Parkhurst now comes up to bat with a runner at second and 2 outs. Parkhurst 1 for 2 on the evening. She doubled back in the second and hit into that Seneca Anthony double play back in the fourth. She takes this one, pops up. This just out of the reach of Abby Brand. The count 0-1 now to the Steele catcher. Quebec set. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one fouled off down the first base side, and Quebec out in front of Parkhurst 0-2. Looking ahead to the Smithson Valley half of the sixth. They're going to send up Clary Hazy, Madison Pearson, and catcher Abby Brand. Parkhurst asks for time. Runner at second and Brianna McGee with 2 outs. Here's Quebec's pitch. Swung on. This one popped up. It's Clary Hazy from second base over to make the catch and retire the side. So no runs on a hit. 1 runner left. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning with our score: Steele 3, Smithson Valley 3. Back to the bottom of the 6th in a moment here on the Ranger Network.
Tonight's broadcast on Rangers Network is brought to you by GVTC, Fisher's Neighborhood Market, Ferris Orthodontics, Sage Capital Bank, Wick Productions, HEB, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, Dermatology San Antonio, Summerhill Dental, and Jeremy Fuller State.
It isn't Taco Tuesday without the freshest tortillas. That's why HEB bakes tortillas fresh in store. Your kids won't eat tacos on Tuesday or any day without their favorite toppings. Good thing HEB has it all, including guacamole made fresh in store. It's been a really long week, and it's still only Tuesday. That's why HEB does all the shopping for you, so you can just pick it up with free curbside. No store does more to bring the best to your door. Shop the app or online and pick up curbside free at HEB.
And the lights at Smithson Valley Baseball Field as the Rangers are in action tonight.
Leading off for the Rangers in the bottom of the 6th.
And coincidentally, they're all knotted at 3 in their contest this evening. Must be a 3 thing here on the campus of Smithson Valley High School. We had to play here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Once again, Clary Hazy, Madison Pearson, And the top of the order, Abby Brand, coming up. Play here in the bottom of the 6th. And Hazy steps in. The first pitch. And this one, a base hit into left field. This is going to get to the wall. Extra bases. Hazy around second onto third, and she's in with a triple. Clary Hazy 3 for 3 tonight. No hit bigger than that one, putting her at third base with nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Madison Pearson coming to bat.
Madison Pearson.
So Pearson steps in 0 for 2 this evening. She flew out to second base and grounded out to first back in the 4th inning. Smithson Valley in a great situation now, as this one's outside for a ball, 1-0 the count. Go-ahead run stands at third base with nobody out. Here's the pitch. This one high. Throw down to third. Hazy remained on the bag. It's 2 balls and no strikes to Madison Pearson. This one outside, 3-0. Pearson out in front of Maston. Says her favorite subject in school, technology. Says what Smithson Valley softball means to her, having a family to support you when you're playing a game that you love. This one over for a strike. And the count now 3-1. Favorite player, Janae Jefferson. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled off. And the count runs full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Once again, nobody out here. Runner on third. We play here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pearson steps in, the pitch. Swung on, grounded to first. Brady looks the runner back to third before she steps on the bag. And there's 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
1 out in the bottom.
Second time Pearson has grounded out to first base.
At bat, number 4, Tatum Layton.
Actually up to bat number 13, Abby Brand, the catcher. Abby flew out to left field. She struck out in the 2nd and got a single back in the 4th. 1 for 3 on the evening. Here's the pitch. This one outside for a ball to Abby. Angelo State University commit. Be looking forward to following her softball career. She takes her talents just a bit west in Texas. Here's the pitch. This one outside for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes now to Abby Brand. Brianna Rona waits on deck. One out, the pitch outside, 3-0. Abby Brand out in front of Maston. It's been Rangers score, Steele answer, Rangers score, Steele answer. We're knotted at 3 as we play in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. This one over for a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. Clary Hazy standing on third. Waiting to give Smithson Valley the lead once again. The pitch. That one inside, and Abby Brand will take a base on balls.
Runners on first and second for the Rangers, 1 out.
Smithson Valley now has runners on the corners with 1 out. Brianna Arona coming to bat. Time called. It's Coach Randall and Coach Wolf Schramm. Meet with Abby Brand, meet with Brianna Arona. The meeting inside the pitcher's circle for the Steele battery and infielders. Thing I enjoy about it is even in the heart of competition, you see smiles on these young ladies' faces. Enjoy competing, enjoy being part of the game. So Brianna Arona steps in. She flew out to third back in the first inning, singled in the third, flew out to left in the fourth, 1 for 3 on the evening. Steps in, shows bunt, fouls it off for a strike, 0-1 the count. Hazy at third, Brand at first with 1 out. In Smithson Valley's half of the 6th inning. Bree steps in. Maston set and pitch. This one over for a strike. And the count now 0-2 to the Smithson Valley shortstop. Crowd cheering her on. Green part of the academic all-district team last season. Here's the pitch. Swung on back to the pitcher, goes home to get the lead runner.
Runners on first and second for the Rangers. At bat,
and Hazy is thrown out at the plate. So now Smithson Valley has runners at first and second with 2 outs. And Seneca Anthony is batting. Seneca Anthony, right-handed batter. She's had a big night. This one low for a ball. 1-0 the count to Seneca. A pair of doubles and a base on balls. She's 2 for 2 on the evening. Big strategic moment as we pause play once again for another strategy meeting. See Steele meeting there in the pitcher circle. They know they're 1 out away from getting out of this half inning. Coach Uribe now comes out to the pitcher circle. have a word with her team. Smithson Valley portion of the meeting breaks up. The crowd's loving it. They realize the situation. Brianna Rona at first, Abby Brand at second. 2 outs and a 1-0 count to Seneca Anthony. The set, the pitch. Outside for a ball, and the count is 2-0. Bianca Shoquist waiting on deck should Anthony get on. The pitch swung on. This one grounded to short. Madrid onto Brady to retire the side. So no runs on a hit. No errors, 2 runners left on base. We head to the top of the 7th inning. And our score remains Steele 3, Smithson Valley 3. Back with us 7th in a moment right here on the Rangers Network.
Coach, I can't believe we've been shooting these commercials for 10 years.
Man, time flies.
Indeed it does. You know, one of my favorites is when they dumped that ice water on you on the sideline. That was great. I think it was the middle of November. Oh, and remember when we turned a 300-pounder loose on you and he was knocking the silly out of you? Man, I can't wait to see what we're going to do this year.
This year's my pick.
Ferris Orthodontics.
That's what I'm talking about. Release the sharks!
We head to play in the top of the 7th inning. All knotted at 3. Smithson Valley had their scoring chances late last half inning, just unable to get a run across. Leadoff triple by Clary Hazy. Ended up in Hazy getting thrown out at home.
The Steele Knights will be number 1, Sally.
However, we come to play in the top of the 7th inning. Alexandria Salinas, pitcher Mac Maston. The top of the batting order with Eliza Hamilton coming into play. Salinas 1 for 2 on the evening. Struck out back in the 2nd, but singled in the 4th. First pitch high for a ball, 1-0 the count. Salinas would come across to score in the 5th inning, correction. Ariana Kopech has gone the distance. This one inside. Clanks Salinas on the helmet. And she's on at first. Teammates coming into the pitcher's circle, telling Ariana it's okay, just be calm. Trainer Brian Zettler coming out to have a look at Alexandria Salinas. Make sure all is okay. having a word. As Andrew said, no, it's okay. Saints want to make sure you're all right. And we're going to resume play and have a pitching change for Smithson Valley. It's getting loose right now and on to pitch. That'll be Madeline Hahn, who started the game as a designated player. And as Madeline Hahn gets warm, we'll take a break and be right back to 7th inning action right here at Smithson Valley Softball Field. You're enjoying Smithson Valley Softball here on the Rangers Network.
Tonight's broadcast on Rangers Network is brought to you by GVTC, Fisher's Neighborhood Market, Ferris Orthodontics, Sage Capital Bank, Wick Productions, HEB, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, Dermatology San Antonio, Summerhill Dental, and Jeremy Fuller State.
Back with you now at the top of the 7th inning as Madeline Hahn begins her half-inning pitching. And she's facing Mac Maston. The pitch. Maston lays a bunt down. It goes foul for a strike. Maston grounded out to second in the 4th inning and grounded out to third base back in the 5th. Here's the pitch. This one outside. As Maston looked to bunt. So a runner at first and Alexandria Salinas. As Maston sets in, here's Hahn's offering. This one outside for a ball. Umpires checking to make sure everything is on target. 2 balls and 1 strike the count to Maston. Hahn set in her delivery. Bunt laid down. This one foul to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, swung on, grounder to second. On to short, covering second base for 1. Lead runner's out.
One out now in the
So Salinas thrown out at second.
That bat for the Knights will be number 13, George.
Maston's on at first base on that fielder's choice. And second baseman Eliza Hamilton gets set to step in.
Courtesy runner for the Knights coming to first base, number 7, Mad Dog Dawson.
Madison Dossett now on to courtesy run at first base for Steele. 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. As Eliza Hamilton steps in, the dangerous Eliza Hamilton, I might add. She's 2 for 3 on the night. Struck out back in the first. Singled in the third. Tripled in the fifth. Showing bunt. Hahn's pitch outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Maston at first with 1 out. Madeline Hahn taking over on the mound for Ariana Kapag. Had a good night in the pitcher's circle, striking out 6. Madeline Hahn, per her media spotlight, mentions her favorite subject being algebra. As Eliza Hamilton grounds out to the catcher. Maston advances to second. There's 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. And Michaela Madrid steps in. Coach Uribe coming in to have a word with her batter. Just wanting to check with her. Michaela, rough night batting as she's been a strikeout victim twice and flew out to third back in the 5th inning. 0 for 3 tonight. Meanwhile, Seneca Anthony over to have a word with Hahn. And Madrid steps out. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Maston on at second. Here's Hahn's pitch. That one just high for a ball. Madeline Hahn says her favorite quote is, "The strongest people aren't always the people who win, but the people who don't give up when they lose." 2-0 the count now as Hahn misses there. That pitch high. Here's her next pitch. This one swung on. Madrid gets a piece of it to move the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. And Madrid calls for time. Steps in. Here's the pitch outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. And Michaela Madrid out ahead of Madeline Hahn now. Brianna Arona over to have a word with her pitcher. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one lifted. And Brianna Arona over to make the catch. Almost dangerous there. She runs into Tatum Layton. But that'll retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the 7th, all knotted up at 3. Be back with the bottom of the 7th in just a moment, right here on the Ranger Network.
Hey, how good is the new premium Wi-Fi when you have GVTC high-speed internet service?
Well,
All devices connected to the network. There's no interference. It's good. Illegal hackers blocked with premium Wi-Fi. So, it's good. GVTC, added mesh points for increasing coverage. It's good.
It's good.
Busy Smithson Valley dugout as they head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Bianca Shoquist, Grace Hartman will come to bat this half inning.
Leading off for the Rangers in the bottom of
We at least know those two. We're not sure if a pinch hitter will bat in the 3rd slot or if Kopech will bat. We'll have to see how that shakes out here in just a bit. But Bianca Shoquist steps in to lead off the bottom of the 7th inning for Smithson Valley. Mac Maston begins her 7th inning of work with the ball high. Shoquist struck out back in the 1st, flew out to left in the 3rd, and flew out to right back in the 5th inning. 0 for 3 this evening. The pitch swung on. This one lifted into right field, down for a base hit. To the wall, Shoquist on at second. And Bianca Shoquist has something going here, getting the Rangers started in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Leadoff double for Bianca Shoquist in the top of the 7th. No outs. Next at bat.
Big hit for Bianca Shoquist
Grace Hartman.
to get the engine rolling here in the bottom of the 7th inning. That'll bring to the plate Grace Hartman, the Smithson Valley third baseman. 0 for 2 on the evening, or correction, 0 for 1 on the evening. She grounded out to second base back in the 3rd inning. Reached on a base on balls back in the 2nd and in the 5th. The right-handed batter steps in to face Maston. Here's the pitch. Showing bunt, lays it down. Maston on to first. Eliza Hamilton was covering, and there's one down. But that advanced Shoquist to third base.
Next at bat for the Rangers, 1 out, top of the 7th is going to be number 19, Ariana Kopech.
So Ariana Kopech will stay in and bat. There's now a big meeting coming to the pitcher circle for Steele. Coach Uribe out. As a matter of fact, she's called in the whole squad. Infield, outfield, battery, all. Having a word with him because it is a dire situation. If Shoquist comes and crosses that plate, Smithson Valley gets the W. Rangers are feeling it. See their meeting. Coach Wolf Schramm. And that's amazing. Abby Brand. Looks like she has drumsticks playing the top of her head there with a helmet. But like I said, superstition, it just goes hand in hand with softball. And it is a fun and entertaining thing. Big at bat now for Ariana Kopech. She struck out 6, and she was in the pitcher circle this evening. At the plate, she's 2 for 3. A pair of singles back in the 2nd, and in the 3rd, she scored both times. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. That grounded into a fielder's choice back in the 5th inning. Here's the pitch. This one low for a ball. 2-0 the count. Once again, Bianca Sjoquist at third base. She doubled to get this half inning started. She advanced on a Grace Hartman bunt. 2-0 the count. The pitch swung on, fouled off for a strike. 2-1 the count. Kopech favoring that outside pitch just a bit. Looked like she was trying to pull it. Two and one the count with one out. Winning run stands at third base. Kopech asked for time. The home plate umpire didn't acknowledge it and called a strike. So the count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now a little break as Kopech steps back in. Big pitch now coming for Matt Maston. This one swung on and missed, and Kopech down on strikes. So that'll bring up the pitcher, Madeline Hahn. This is a huge at bat for Smithson Valley as they've got the winning run standing on third base. Hahn 1 for 3 on the night. Singled back in the second inning. Here's Maston's pitch. This one low and away for a ball. 1-0 the count. Hahn came on to pitch last half inning. The pitch. Swung on. This one lifted into right field. Right fielder giving chase. This one's over. Madeline Hahn comes on to save the day in the pitcher circle and comes on to save the day with an RBI single to score the winning run. And our final this evening from Smithson Valley softball field, Rangers get a W to wrap up the 2022 campaign 4-3 over Steele. Both teams meet on the field, district rivals. And congratulations to the Rangers on a big, big win this evening. We thank you for joining us here on the Rangers Network. If you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe. You don't want to miss a minute of Smithson Valley Rangers sports action. Hit YouTube, go to Rangers Network, and subscribe right there. We look forward to bringing you more, yes, more Rangers sports action. Thank you for joining us again this evening. For the entire crew here at the Rangers Network, I'm Roland J. Reese. So long, everybody.